that's the difficult
Thank
thing,
you.
isn't it? When the babies are ill and they don't understand what's going on. I'm sure with your husband, you can just say like, "Man up, for God's sake, stop moaning." You
Yeah,
can't,
but
you can't, you can't do
it
that with
won't
kids.
have any impact anyway. He will still look like a mop in the, in the in the
Well,
sofa.
send,
So
send him my love as well, because I know what he's going through right now. Poor guy. Poor
yeah,
guy.
but there is an evolutionist explanation to
Is it?
this. So why men are, you know, look like they're dying when when they have a simple cold. If you think about from an evolutionist point of view,
Yeah.
you can't have sick people going on hunts because they'll slow you down, they'll make noise.
Yeah. Right.
So they have to be as soon as like there's 1% off, they have to be, completely on the side. Whereas the
Yes.
women, kids, meals, things, picking up clothes, there's, even if you're sick, you still have to do all of that, because
Yeah.
even if you're sick, there's not an impact on the activities that are going on around you. And so if you understand this, exactly the same way there's the nothing box in guys,
Yes.
the
Yes.
nothing box, we don't have that. We have a bunch of wires, because it required, when they were hunting,
What
it
did you just say?
required, we have a bunch of wires all
Right.
wrapped up. Not
Yes.
all of them connect to everything, but a
Okay.
lot of them connect to a lot of things.
Yes.
And the men have this nothing box where they just go in there and they just
Huh?
stay idle,
What?
where don't you have that?
What did she say? Yes. I'm just
That's like the
I'm
most powerful thing in the world.
I'm trying to connect wires in my head, and it's just not happening.
I wish every woman wishes that they would have that.
Right.
When men are just idle, like they're not
Yeah.
thinking about anything, they're just pausing and they're okay with it. They're
Oh
they're,
yeah.
they're chilling.
There's
They're
nothing
fine.
worse, Raquel, when you're doing that, when you are having a man pause. Yeah, which may not be the best choice of words, but when you're having that moment as a man and a woman interrupts that by saying, "What are you thinking about?" That's terrible.
I
Let me
can
just say that.
imagine.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah,
imagine. And
yeah.
that's
I was
because,
thinking about nothing until you asked me what I was thinking about. God's
and
sake.
now you've
And
interrupted.
now, yes, and now I'm trying to think about what I was thinking about. Right.
Because you have to be able to be okay with
Yeah,
silence and non-communication when you're
correct,
hunting. You
correct.
can't make noise. So you have
Yeah,
to be okay with staying idle for a lot of hours, a lot of time.
mm,
Whereas we, because we're attending to kids, and we
yeah.
cannot afford to be idle. And so when
Right.
you understand this from an evolutionist point of view, I don't, the guilt part is taken out of the equation. When you understand that it's something that is ingrained in the DNA, then
Yes,
it's natural. And I don't condemn. Why should I condemn? I can't force a goldfish to climb up a tree. We have
correct.
to understand that people are made like this, and so
Yeah, they are easier to hunt. When I've been out hunting goldfish. If they do try and climb up a tree, I've got them. That's game over for that. And that's all part of evolution as well, isn't it? Those
but
those
do catch that one, because you'll have to put that one in an exposition or whatever.
the tree climbing.
That's going to be a
So
special one.
so lots of love to the baby and to the
Thank
husband.
you.
Or should I
Thank you.
reframe that? Should I reframe that? The resting hunter.
Yes,
He's offline at the
the
moment. He's
former resting hunter.
right. Okay. Yeah. He is. I mean, because I went out, even though I'm really ill, as you can tell, I went out hunter gathering. I had to get a new tire for the car, and that's the new hunting, isn't it? This brings us into business and trade,
So,
which is fantastic, because actually, as well as evolutionary anthropology, wisdom, philosophy, which you've brought already to the show, you actually help people with businesses as well, don't you? I
yes,
believe you do that
yes.
too. Right.
On the
No,
offside, it's
yes. I found myself in a somewhat, operating at maybe 75-80% of my capacity. I still had to go out and fix the vehicle, my chariot of fire, I suppose. Because you're thinking, aren't you? I'm a hunter. This is my vehicle. These all have a certain
tool.
sort of resonance, don't they? Historical,
Yeah.
ancestral resonance. So there I am with the other men in a situation where I'm trying to hunt down a tire, and that these are very manly men, obviously in the tire workshop, right? And I'm going in there, and I can't let them know I'm ill because they'll take advantage, won't they, of my situation. but they smelt, I think, foreigner, right? So because all this is going, all this information is, we
It's
see
now making sense. Right?
that's right. And so all the unsaid communication. I walk in, I'm being the tough guy. I need a tire. I didn't bang on the table, but like I had the body language of someone. I need a tire. Come on, let's do this. And replacing a tire on my hire car, which is another story. But so there I am. And I think it becomes pretty obvious pretty quickly because there's always blokey blokes who know each other, punching each other in the shoulder like us hunters do, just to establish the pecking order there. And I'm not part of that scene, obviously. I'm a newcomer. So there's a bristle. It's like those documentaries you see of monkeys where an ape from another tribe comes in.
Tries to come in,
and the women move the children to one side. I think that's going to kick off.
Like,
this is going to be terrible.
Yes, like let them
and
do
some
their
women are
thing.
like, stranger. And so this is what's happening at the tire place, right? All of this is going on in our ancestral wiring behind the scenes. And the thing that happens, I think the alpha male of the tire workshop is alerted and sent to talk to me, right? Because maybe I look like trouble. So the alpha male has to come out and just,
there's a sense of a threat in the air.
Yeah. And immediately he talks to me in English, which is a really good move, isn't it? It's like, we all speak Portuguese. This is a Portuguese place, but I can speak English too. So he's got me as the first alpha male move there. I'm not even going into, desculpa, fala pouco português, posso falar inglês. None of that. He's straight in. He's been told, someone's whispered to him, Englishman, go over there, speak English to him, put him in his place. Job done. And then he's smelling foreigner as well. Hire car. And he says to me, you're going to need two. You're going to need two tires here. You can't just have one, because if they don't match, you'll get stopped by the police, and that's €100 fine. Now, 7 years ago, when I first arrived in the country, Raquel, I'd have just crumbled. Right, I was, oh my God, a native alpha male is speaking to me. I'll just do what he says because I don't want any trouble here. I don't want it to,
You would have caved in.
Exactly, but I said, "Só faz favor," and I patted him on the shoulder, and because I've been here 7 years, and I don't need. I've been stopped by the police. I'm not scared of that anymore, and all of this is going through my head. I said, "It's a hire car. I just need to get that one tire replaced. Só faz favor." And I tapped him on the shoulder, and we had a knowing glance. He's like, I smelt foreigner. I tried the 2-tire thing on you, fear of the police thing. And there was a respect. It was like that. I could tell.
You were not scared.
And I think we went from
come in the pack.
Yes, it was like we went, and I started talking to him. I said, "You're the racing driver guy here." It's like, yes,
now you're mates.
And I got out of there with one tire. I think it was a bit overpriced, but
you got into the pack.
You can't have everything. I did get some free air in the spare as well. But thinking about that free air, anyway, all of that, all from what you've said, and we still haven't had a chance. We still haven't had a chance to talk about entrepreneurship in Portugal, the movie, which is what you're going to talk about this morning, I think.
Yes.